Welcome back to one of my videos and a surface modeling tutorial video in this case. What I'm working on is basically a 30s race car. So its nickname is also the Cigar Racer, and in the previous video I made the lower section of the body just to show how I build up a simple model like this and then convert it into a solid body. So not just model the surface but also making it into a solid body. In today's video I will continue with the body shell that comes on top of it. So the body basically consists of a lower half, a top half and a nose cone. And yeah, today we are going to be working on the top half and the nose cone. I will tell you in advance that I made a slight error and I had to redo some of the work, and I will also tell you why it was an error and what happened. So please stay tuned and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching in advance. So just like in the previous video, we start off with defining several planes. I did it on the exact same spot as the previous model, and the next thing I did is work with reference. In some PDM systems this is not allowed, however, yeah, I'm just doing this at home, so I can work with references. So I made a sketch of the top plane, basically of the other mold, and that will be my starting point together with the planes to help me model the car. Secondly, I needed to know the highest point of the car, and that basically allowed me to start working on the design. Now a key feature on this design, and this was also the downfall of the first try, is that I want to have a ridge in the center line sticking up out of the body panel, and that ridge worked fine in the nose cone, but towards the boat tail it started to do some weird stuff where it basically went underneath the surface and then came back up and then dug underneath the surface again and came back up again. So what I actually had to do was add another 3D sketch to allow that ridge to be visible over the entire surface length before I could continue, because the dipping up and down would not allow to make it into a body basically. So then I could only have a surface and not a body, and of course it would also look a little bit weird.
Sorry, I was like, what is he trying to do?
So after I fixed my little mistake with the body dipping down, I had to make that additional sketch as I just told you, and then I could start on the cutout for the canopy so that the driver can stick his head through and his hands are clear for steering. Now this is of course a body shell that was for a very basic car, and therefore there will not be a lot of things on it. Of course, for making it road legal, there have to be lights, etc. on it. But for the dashboard and the gauges, they need to be in the steering wheel, because otherwise they will stick up above the body, and that's not possible. The entrance into the body will be very small compared to the original cigar races, where the body was actually very large. The opening of the body was actually very large, but with a large opening like that, people would regularly fall out and die. So with this, you are very protected, and of course it's good for aerodynamics. Maybe we're going to design a canopy for it to be a little bit more out of the wind, because right now I would think you have to wear a helmet with it. Yeah, so looking at the design, it's turning out quite well, in my opinion. I chose to go for a champagne lower half and then a nice dark blue, marine blue upper half. In the renderings I made at the end, it's not really coming out as nice as I had hoped, but it still looks quite vintage and quite aerodynamic, so I'm happy with that. And yeah, that's basically what I have for you today. I hope that you like the videos that I'm making. I hope that these tutorials help you a little bit with how to surface model. Surface modeling on its own is already quite difficult in SolidWorks, but converting a surface model into a solid body is the most difficult part. And what I'm trying to do here is design cool things and try to make them from a surface into a solid body. This time it worked on all parts, and I'm very happy with that for myself as well, because for me it's also something I'm teaching myself and hoping to get better every day. The lucky thing is that this is a very simplistic vehicle body, and in the next videos we will go every time a little bit more difficult. And so I hope you keep watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching. If you like what I'm doing, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Thank you. Bye bye.